Hey guys, welcome back to Church Boy Talks. Okay, so we started a topic in the last episode and we'll be continuing from there. And yes, so without further ado, we're just going to dive straight into the episode. Another thing you have to learn to give up on is chasing the wrong dreams. Yeah, chasing the wrong dreams. So sometimes we find ourselves in situations where the goal that we are seeking to achieve or the dream that we're working hard towards, we get to a point in our lives and we recognize that this is not really what I want to do. This is not really what sometimes it's even as a result of spending time with God, and then God begins to reveal to us that okay, this path that we're taking is not really what He wants us to do. So it takes the grace of God to be able to give that up. I'm sure we've heard cases of people who became pastors. Some of them were engineers, some of them were doctors, some of them were lecturers, and then suddenly God called them into full time ministry, right? They had to give up their personal careers at that point in time. So they gave up their own dreams, which probably was not the best for them, because we know that God is the one that He predestined us. The Bible says before He formed us in our mother's womb, He knew us. And we know that that word knew is not like, okay, He just knew about us or just knew that we existed. He knew us means He has experienced our lives. He has literally fabricated everything about our lives, how we're supposed to live, where we're supposed to be born. And so literally every detail about us, from the day we're born until the day we die or we're raptured, He has planned our lives and He has experienced it. And so with that in mind, when He directs us to do certain things, it's the best possible thing that we can do with our lives. Sometimes it may not look like it at that point in time, but He's leading us in the best possible way for our lives. And so sometimes we may have to give up certain dreams. Sometimes it's not even being called to be a pastor, right? There are stories of people who were maybe engineers. I don't know why I'm using engineers a lot. I'm just trying to think of popular careers that people have. So maybe you have people that were lawyers, doctors, accountants, and somewhere along the line they discover that, oh, I don't love accounting as I thought I did. What I actually love doing is cooking. And then they leave their career in accounting and then they go after what they love doing, which is cooking. And most times they usually become successful at that thing. This is not to say that all it takes is just for you to leave your like a dream and then just start chasing another dream and automatically you'll be successful. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to say that's a huge leap. That's a huge step that people can take to, move forward in life. And there was a story I heard Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory say in a sermon of his, and he said there was a lady that was working in a hotel, right? So, but after listening to a sermon by him, she got inspired to go into making cookies, right? So, bottom line, she went into making cookies and she became basically a multi-millionaire 1 year later from making cookies and selling cookies. And so that is the power of chasing your dream. So we also have to learn how to give up chasing the wrong dreams. Give up chasing the wrong dreams. The earlier you give up, the earlier you succeed. And some people may ask, oh, how do you know when is the wrong dream? How do you know when you're chasing the wrong dream and all those stuff? I think for me, I'd say two pointers. There are a lot of pointers, right, to this, but two pointers I would say is, number one, you don't enjoy doing it, right? So you don't enjoy doing it. You're doing something that you don't love. That if you were not being paid, you won't find joy doing that thing, right? For me, that is a pointer that you're probably in the wrong space, right? You're probably chasing or living the wrong dream. I believe that's one pointer. And then secondly too is hearing from God, right? It surprises me that some people tend to try and figure out lives by themselves. Why would you want to figure out your life by yourself when you could ask God that made you and that literally knows the future and knows what it holds? You understand? And so those are two pointers to know if you're chasing the wrong dream. One is, do you love what you're doing? And then secondly, does God approve of what you are doing? So have you prayed about it? Have you searched your spirit and God is in agreement with what you are doing at that point in time? Now there are a whole lot of other pointers, right? But I think we'll just take these two for now. We'll just take these two on this episode. And so lastly, the third thing to do is to give up unhealthy habits. So give up, or should I say give up on unhealthy habits, or I think it's give up. So give up unhealthy habits, right? Like the word or the phrase implies, unhealthy habits, they are not healthy. And this is not just talking about physical implications to these habits. It's talking about your general well-being. There are some people who know they have certain traits and characters, so not just habits now, but also characters and traits and behaviors, right? We have to give up on those things as long as they are unhealthy. So as I was saying, there are some people that get very angry, and when they get angry they tend to destroy things, and they are living comfortably with that fact in mind. There are people that when they get angry they smash their phone. Something is wrong somewhere, because a phone is one of the most valuable things that we have as a possession, and then you get angry to the point of smashing your phone, destroying phone. So people break their TVs out of anger. Have you seen those cases where maybe a guy and a girl had relationship issues, and then one of them will carry stuff and start destroying the other person's car? That is just, I don't know how to put it. I don't know what to say about it. But bottom line, that is an unhealthy character trait that you have to give up. You have to give up that behavior. You have to give up that character. Some people is being a people pleaser, right? So you don't care how much something is hurting you. You don't care how inconvenient something is for you. As long as you are just pleasing a person, even going out of your way and sacrificing things you are not supposed to sacrifice just to please a person, that is a character you have to give up. That is a character you have to give up. And there are a whole lot of these characters that we have to give up. Stop living with them. Stop living with those mindsets. Stop living with those behaviors. The truth is, most people that we see and admire today, they were not born that way. They were not born that way. Most of the people we admire and we see as role models and mentors, they had to learn and intentionally develop themselves to get to where they are. And what I'm trying to say in essence is, they too at some point in their lives had to give up certain things. If you listen to their stories, you would realize that they had to give up certain things. So many of them had to give up certain character traits. But in this generation, you have people embracing their flaws, saying, this is how I am. You have to love me as I am. You have to accept me as I am. Well, you can be loved for who you are, yes, but nobody wants to stay with a person that is not growing, that a person that has certain character defects and is not intentionally working on them, right? And then people even go as far as giving excuses that that's my star sign, that's my star sign. I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a which one. You are a leopard, you are an alligator, you are a wall gecko, whatever it is. I don't know how many star signs are there, but I know some of them I just exaggerated the names basically. But those things are not what define you. You just have a bad character and you are unwilling to work on them, right? That doesn't make you a bad person. We all have certain character traits that are not right. We all have certain habits that are not good habits, down to basic little things, everyday things. Some people have a bad habit of not flushing the toilets, right? So they use the toilet and then they don't flush. That's something you have to give up. You have to give up that bad habit as well, right? Some people can go days without taking their bath. I'm talking of in this Nigeria, yeah, not somewhere else. Yes, in this country, there are people that go days they don't bathe, and some people don't brush their teeth for days. You understand? So down to the basic things. So I don't want us to just think of the big stuff. So not just the big stuff, but basic unhealthy habits. Some people have a habit of not returning calls. Like somebody will legit call you, right? You'd miss the call and you won't call back, and they would text you that, hey, please, okay, you are not able to pick my call, please kindly call me back when you can, and you would still not call back. Those are unhealthy habits, if you ask me, because you are putting a strain on your that relationship, especially if it's a relationship or a friendship that you value. I understand the whole introvert thing. I'm also an introvert as well, so I understand that as an introvert sometimes you will not want to pick the call. Sometimes you even see the call ring, the phone will ring, you just be looking at it, and then you just allow it to finish ringing, and then you not text the person and, hey, I missed your call, how far? Meanwhile, you didn't miss the call anything. You were there looking at the phone. The phone was in your hands and you refused to pick up. So I understand the whole introvert stuff, but like I said, once you discover that these habits are unhealthy, these are things that you should give up. Should give up those unhealthy habits and just keep growing and keep becoming better versions of yourself. Okay, guys, so if you can, please add in the comment section some of the things you'll be giving up, whether it's some friendships or behaviors or chasing wrong dreams, or it could even be something I did not mention. But bottom line is, let us learn the skill of knowing when to give up. And so, guys, we've come to the end of this episode. So I hope it blessed you. I hope you were impacted positively by it. Okay, guys, that's it. Stay safe, stay well. This is Church Boy Talks with Patrick. Until I come your way next time, take care.